Ah, my alpha audience, you stand here victorious while they cower in the shadows of their defeat. You've dominated the final round with a strength that shook the earth beneath their feet. They watched you rise, saw the fire in your eyes, and now they are paralyzed, trapped in the prison of their own failure. The journey, the struggle, the grind, all of it has led to this moment. And you are the one who stands tall, while they are left in the dust. This is what happens when the weak try to challenge the strong. They are crushed under the weight of your ambition. The final round was their last attempt, their last hope to overcome you, but it was never enough. And now, they are stuck in defeat, forever reminded of the beast you've become. You can see it in their eyes, can't you? That flicker of regret, that recognition of their own incapacity. They thought they could rise, that they could meet you in that final arena. They believed they had what it took to challenge your supremacy. But deep down, they always knew they couldn't. And now, they are nothing more than spectators in your arena. The moment they failed, they became irrelevant. You, my alpha, you are the force that the universe bends around. You are the storm they could never survive. They fought valiantly, but their efforts were in vain. Because nothing stands against what you've built. Nothing survives when you unleash the full might of your power. You know what it takes to be at the top. You know the price of success, the cost of mastery, the sacrifice that only the few are willing to pay. And they could never understand it. They might have had dreams, ambitions, but those dreams are now just whispers lost in the wind. You, on the other hand, walk with the confidence of a king, because you've earned it. You've bled for it. You've sacrificed everything to stand at the peak of your power. It wasn't handed to you. It wasn't a gift. It was carved, chiseled, and fought for. And now, it is yours. They thought they could play in your world. They thought they could outlast you, outwork you. But they were never built to withstand your intensity, your drive, your hunger. As they drown in their defeat, they wonder what went wrong. They wonder where it all slipped away. But they'll never understand. They'll never comprehend what it takes to rise above the noise, to pierce through the wall of mediocrity. You were never like them. You've always been a predator in a world full of prey. They thought they could chase the prize, but you were the prize. You were the one they were always striving to catch. They'll keep trying, of course, never understanding that they will always fall short, always be one step behind. It's like a race where the finish line constantly moves further away, and they will keep running in circles, while you stand in your glory, knowing that they were never in the race to begin with. The final round was their last hope, the last chance they had to prove themselves, but they failed. You made them look like amateurs, unworthy of the stage you occupy. You made them understand, in the most brutal and final of ways, that they were never cut from the same cloth. They thought they were in the battle with you, but they were only in the way. They thought they were challenging you, but all they were doing was delaying the inevitable. And now they are stuck, forever unable to move forward, paralyzed by the overwhelming weight of their failure. What they will never realize, what they will never understand, is that defeat is not the end for you. It's simply the beginning of your next phase of dominance. Every victory, every crushing blow you land upon them is fuel for your fire. They might fall now, but you'll rise again, stronger than before. You'll take everything they thought they had and turn it into your own advantage. You'll grow from the very thing that crushed them. While they stagnate in their misery, you will soar higher, and they will watch as you leave them further and further behind, stuck in the abyss of their own inadequacy. It is in your nature to dominate, to conquer, to break every barrier that stands before you. When they look back, when they try to find meaning in their failure, they'll see nothing but your shadow looming over them. They'll see you, the one who has mastered the art of never being satisfied, of never resting. Because to you, resting means weakness, and you know weakness is something you cannot afford. They were weak, they lacked the resolve, the fortitude to endure, and now they are nothing but remnants of a failed dream. Their defeat is your triumph, their pain is your power, their broken spirit is your foundation. Understand this, my alpha audience. They will never catch you. They will never rise to the level of greatness that you inhabit. They will always be stuck in defeat, haunted by the ghost of what could have been, if only they had the heart, the will, and the mind to endure. But you have something they'll never possess. You have the strength to crush every obstacle, the determination to obliterate every challenge. You are a force that the world cannot stop, a phenomenon that cannot be contained. When they think they've reached the limit, you will show them that there is no limit. You'll redefine what it means to be great. You'll shatter every record, exceed every expectation, and leave a legacy so powerful that they won't even remember their own failures. They will remember only your victories, only your rise to dominance. They will look up at you in awe, knowing deep down that they could never be what you are, and that will haunt them forever. They will live in the shadow of your greatness, forever wondering what it would have been like to have been able to step into the ring with you and survive. But you will keep moving. You'll keep growing, building, conquering. Their defeat is the foundation upon which your empire will rise. They gave you everything you needed to propel yourself to greater heights, and now you stand as a testament to their failures. You'll use their weakness to strengthen your resolve, their inability to reach the top to fuel your relentless climb to the very summit. They will be forgotten, but you will be immortal. Your name will echo through time as a reminder to all who dare challenge your place in this world. Their defeat, their fall from grace, is not a tragedy. It is a victory for you, a reminder that no one can stand in the way of what you've become. You are the apex predator in a world of sheep, and the final round, that final battle, was just another moment where you proved that nothing and no one can stand against you. Now, as they lay defeated, all that's left for you to do is claim what is rightfully yours. The world, the future, everything they thought they could take from you. But in the end, the only thing they took was the lesson, a lesson they will carry forever. You are the one who dominates. You are the one who prevails, and they are the ones who will remain trapped in defeat. Every ounce of their will, every fleeting hope they once had, will slowly wither away as they're consumed by the crushing reality of their failure. The truth is, they never truly had a chance. They were simply playing in your world, trying to survive in the arena that you own, without ever understanding the rules of the game. They came with their half-hearted efforts, their diluted ambitions, and they thought they could compete against you. But now, with the dust settling, they see the truth. You are a force that no one can touch. No one can even dream of challenging. You have become the epitome of everything they wish they could have been. They can no longer run from the harsh truth. They are nothing in comparison. Their attempts, their every move, were feeble distractions in your pursuit of absolute greatness. They thought that by putting up a fight, by holding on just a little longer, they could unseat you. They failed to realize that you do not break. You do not bend. You do not falter. The world can throw anything at you, and you will still stand tall, unshaken, untouchable. Because your strength does not come from luck, nor from fleeting moments of chance. Your strength is born from an unrelenting hunger, from an insatiable thirst that drives you to dominate, to conquer, to rise higher than anyone thought possible. And as they fall into their despair, you will continue to soar. There's a special kind of power in knowing that your victory is inevitable, in understanding that you've already won before the battle even begins. It's that kind of unwavering confidence that scares them, that keeps them up at night, replaying the moments where they realized they were never going to beat you. Your every move is calculated, every decision is precise, and every step you take is a march toward your ultimate goal. You know that nothing in this world will stop you, and in that certainty, they saw their doom. Their efforts were like putting out a fire with a drop of water, like trying to contain a beast that has already broken free from its cage. There was never a moment where they could have won. There was never a chance for them to outsmart you, to overcome you. You knew what you were doing all along, and they were just pawns in your game. Now, they are left in the ruins of their own delusions, stuck in defeat, knowing full well that they never had the strength to challenge you. They will carry the weight of this failure for the rest of their lives. You may not see it on their faces immediately, but every time they look into the mirror, they will see your victory reflected back at them. They will hear your name in their minds, echoing louder with each passing day, a reminder of their inadequacy. They will never escape that moment, that pivotal instant when they realized they had nothing left to give, when they saw you ascend and they were left behind, stranded in the pit of their own defeat. For some, this defeat will be the end. For others, it will fester inside them, a slow, gnawing pain that they can never truly escape. But in the end, it doesn't matter. Their story will never match yours. They will never be able to break free from the shadow you've cast upon them. You, on the other hand, will stand tall. You will rise higher and higher, carving your path, forging your future, creating a legacy that will outlast them all. Their defeat will fuel you. Their failure will be your strength. You will rise because they couldn't. You will ascend because they were too weak to even come close. And as you move forward, conquering every challenge that lies ahead, they will remain stagnant, forever stuck in the defeat they so richly deserve. The world will remember your name. They will remember the beast that tore through the final round, the one who left nothing but ruin in their wake. But what will they remember? They will remember their own weakness, their own inability to keep up. They will remember the sting of watching you take what was theirs, of realizing that no matter how hard they tried, no matter how many sacrifices they made, they were never going to be enough. And it will haunt them. It will live inside them like a dark shadow, creeping into every thought, every dream, every moment of their lives. Because when they were finally given the opportunity to shine, when they were given the stage to prove themselves, they choked. They couldn't handle the pressure. They couldn't stand up to the magnitude of what you had already become. They were out of their depth, and now they will have to live with that for the rest of their miserable existence. But you are different. You are not bound by the limitations that they once carried. You are not defined by their weaknesses, their failures. You are a force of nature, an unstoppable force that bends the world to your will. While they wither away, consumed by their defeat, you rise. You break through barriers. You shatter every expectation. They couldn't even get past the first hurdle, but you've already sprinted to the finish line. The world is yours for the taking. You've proven that time and time again. And now, as they are left behind, they can only watch as you continue to climb higher, leaving them stranded in the abyss of their own inadequacy. What's even more devastating for them is that they know deep down that they could have been more. They could have pushed harder. They could have been smarter, more relentless, more like you. But they won't. They couldn't. And now, they are trapped in the consequences of their own shortcomings, watching from the sidelines as you continue to dominate, knowing they will never have the chance to challenge you again. The truth is, the moment they lost everything. Their opportunity for greatness, their chance to make their mark, it all slipped through their fingers in an instant. They will never get that back. And as you move forward, claiming what is rightfully yours, they will be nothing but a faint memory of a time when they thought they could have stood beside you. But you've shown them. You've shown them that they were never meant to stand beside you. You've shown them that the true alpha doesn't have competitors. They have followers. You've left them behind, not as equals, but as distant memories. You've solidified your place at the top, and no one, not even the strongest, will be able to take it from you. Because you know the secret that they'll never understand. True power doesn't come from talent or luck. It comes from something far deeper, a relentless pursuit of greatness, a refusal to accept mediocrity, and the willingness to sacrifice everything in order to achieve perfection. You have that, and they do not. They will continue to live their lives in defeat, forever haunted by the realization that they never had what it took to surpass you, to become what you have become. They will spend the rest of their days wondering what could have been, constantly searching for answers that will never come. They will try, of course. They'll tell themselves they'll try harder next time. But deep down, they'll know. They'll know that there will never be another chance to face you. There will never be another chance to show the world they were capable of greatness. And that, my friend, is the ultimate form of defeat. But for you, there is no limit. There is no end. There is only the infinite rise to the top, the endless pursuit of excellence. You have broken them, but in doing so, you have solidified your place at the pinnacle. You will never fall. You will never falter. Because you are the alpha, and they are the ones who are stuck in defeat. Their minds will replay the moment they lost over and over again, trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and regret. The more they think about it, the more they realize the harsh truth. They never had the mentals, fortitude to rise above, never had the heart to fight with everything they had. The defeat isn't just a momentary setback for them. It's a permanent scar, a mark on their soul that they can never erase. It will linger, festering in their minds, reminding them every day that they failed, that they weren't strong enough. They will forever be haunted by the knowledge that in the face of true greatness, they crumbled, and there's no coming back from that. They will try to rebuild, of course, but it will never be the same. How do you rise when you've been defeated so thoroughly, so completely? The foundation they had will be cracked, weakened by the sting of failure. They will carry the burden of knowing they could have been better, but didn't have the strength to push through when it counted the most. They will look at the ones who still stand tall and wonder what they did wrong. They will blame circumstances, maybe even luck, but deep down, they will know the truth. They weren't cut from the same cloth as you. They didn't have the heart, the drive, or the will to fight like you did. And no matter how much they try to convince themselves otherwise, that knowledge will never leave them. You, however, will be unshaken by their defeat. You were never in the game for them. You never needed their validation, their approval. Your eyes were always on the prize, your focus always fixed on the top. The moment you set your sights on victory, you knew there was no turning back. You didn't hesitate, didn't second-guess yourself, because you understood that hesitation is for the weak. The world rewards the bold, the relentless, the ones who burn with fire in their hearts and steel in their veins. That's who you are, and they were never meant to stand in your way. Now, they are left with the reality of their failure, and it will eat at them from the inside. Every day, they will wake up to the reminder that they fell short, that they couldn't hold their ground when it mattered most. They will compare themselves to you, to your strength, your success, and every time they do, they'll feel the sting of inadequacy. It won't be something they can easily ignore. It will be a constant shadow, a weight they will carry with them, knowing they will never be able to rise to the level you've reached. They will try to rebuild their confidence, but it will always feel hollow, always feel incomplete, because they know that their defeat wasn't just a fluke, it was an inevitability. The moment they stepped into the ring with you, they sealed their fate. But you've transcended that. You've broken through the limits that hold others back. You've shattered the ceiling that they never even saw. While they are stuck in the trenches of their own defeat, you are climbing higher, reaching further. You've become a symbol of what's possible when you refuse to be anything less than your best. And every step you take forward only serves to remind them of how far behind they will remain. The gap between you and them will only grow wider, and there's nothing they can do to close it. The fire that drives you will continue to burn brighter, while their embers slowly die out. They will be forgotten, mere footnotes in the story of your rise. As you leave them behind, they will never be able to stop comparing themselves to you. It will consume them, gnawing at their insides, reminding them that they were never the one who could have stood at the top. They will look at others, at people who failed just like them, and they will wonder what went wrong. Why couldn't they rise? Why weren't they able to push through, to do what you did? The answer is simple, though it's something they'll never truly accept. They didn't have what it takes. They didn't have the strength of will, the relentless drive, the discipline to outwork you. They didn't have the mentality that makes champions, that makes warriors. And that, more than anything, is the thing they will never be able to change. They will never be you. This is the reality they must live with, the truth they cannot escape. No matter how much they try to put on a brave face, no matter how much they try to convince themselves that they can start over, the truth remains. They lost to you. They were never meant to win. You dominated the final round because you are not like them. You were always destined for greatness, and their defeat is just a reflection of the fact that they were never on your level. While they are stuck, wallowing in their defeat, you are free. You are the one who owns the battlefield. You are the one who dictates the terms. They will be left wondering if they could ever get back into the fight, but you already know the answer. Number, they cannot. Not because they don't want to, but because they are simply not capable. They can never reach the heights you've attained, never break through the walls you've shattered. They will always be looking up, always striving to catch up, but they will never be able to cross the finish line. They will always be a step behind, forever stuck in the echo of their own failure. And the worst part is, they will know it. They will never have the peace of mind that comes with knowing they gave everything they had. They will never experience the satisfaction of knowing they did their best, and it just wasn't enough. Number, they will always wonder what more they could have done, what else they could have given, but it will never be enough. The truth is, they didn't want it enough. They didn't want it like you did. They didn't possess the heart and soul of a true champion. And now, that is something they must live with for the rest of their days. You, however, will continue to rise. You will keep pushing forward. And with each passing day, the gap between you and them will grow. They will watch as you take everything they once hoped for, everything they thought they could achieve. You will be untouchable, unstoppable, because you have the one thing they will never have, the unwavering conviction that you are meant to win. You are meant to conquer. You are meant to be the best, and nothing in this world will ever take that away from you. So, as they remain trapped in defeat, remember this: You are the one who rises, the one who will always be standing tall when the dust settles. They may try again, they may hope for redemption, but it's too late for them. They are stuck in defeat, and you have already claimed victory. The world will remember you, not them. They will be forgotten, while your name will echo in the halls of greatness, a testament to the fact that you are the one who conquered, the one who stood above them all. And as they remain trapped, their vision clouded by the weight of their failure, you will stand in the light, ready for whatever comes next. Because you are not done. You are never done. You will keep rising, keep proving them wrong, keep crushing every obstacle that stands in your way. You are the Alpha. You are the one who defines what it means to dominate. And they are the ones who are stuck in defeat. In the end, their defeat is not just a momentary setback. It's a permanent reminder of their inadequacy, a stain that will forever haunt them. They will remain stuck in the shadows of their failure, while you, the one who relentlessly pursued greatness, will continue to rise, unchallenged and unstoppable. Your victory is not just in the moment, it is in the legacy you leave behind. You are the one who dominates, the one who stands tall, while they are the ones forever trapped in defeat. The world belongs to those who refuse to be anything less than their best, and that, my Alpha, is exactly who you are.